How important was it for Arsenal to have won the FA Cup last season and ended their trophy drought with that victory? And what kind of impact will that triumph have on the players?
I think, the trophy, winning the FA Cup last season was a big thing. It was massive for Arsenal. It's almost they had to win it. The drought went on for far too long. It's almost like they were starting again winning the first trophy. It was so difficult to get through the semi-finals and final, but they managed to do it. I think it's incredible for the club, because when you've gone for such a long time for not winning, you've been winning. It's an incredible feeling and an achievement, and hopefully they can, the players there and the club can capture that and almost like a slingshot and go on from there and keep on winning and keep on trying to win more trophies and go for it and live the dream and win the Premiership, go for the Champions League. So for me, it was a big thing, because they came close against Birmingham City in the League Cup, but lost against a Martins goal. So that's it was a big thing to get at least one. However, we got it, and they've got that feeling of going around around North London and presenting the trophy. So hopefully now they can move on to the next level.
Now, and they can certainly build on that success, especially with the amount of substantial funding that they've received from the various sponsorship deals. Of course, PUMA is one of them, the multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal with the kit. So Arsene Wenger will have quite a bit of money to spend on new players, and he's already bought Alexis Sanchez. We'll get to him in a moment, but what other areas do you think Arsenal need to strengthen on?
I think it'd be nice to be able to get someone in the middle of the park, someone who's very mobile, strong, and got a good passing ability. I think from midfield, they need someone like Petite or Patrick Vieira kind of size, clever how they play, just have that little bit of strength in the middle when they need it. I think another centre forward would be good to help out Giroud. I think you can't rely on Giroud all the time. I know they've got Joel Campbell coming in, but maybe I'm not too sure if he can play up front or he likes to be on the wing, coming into a central position. They've got Alex there now, which he will add a new dynamic to the forward line, which is very important to be able to have as many people going forward who can cause problems to opposition's backline. So it's good.
Now, speaking about Alexis Sanchez, how do you see him fitting into the first team, and where do you think he'll play?
I think Arsenal. He usually plays on the wing, coming into the forward situation. So, but also he's very good at working back and tracking back and doing the hard things in football. So that combination of knowing what to do going forward and being workmanlike, tracking players back. I think he could be on the wing. Could be on the wing. Could be up front. I think it might. I don't think it starts centre forward. I think he'll be having positions from the left or the right, joining into the middle. I think that's where he's probably more comfortable doing that.
Now, Alexis Sanchez is so far the biggest signing for Arsenal this season. Last season, it was Mesut Ozil. Let's talk a bit about Ozil, because he's come in for a bit of criticism from the press, from fans alike, both domestically and internationally. Do you think the criticism is justified, and do you think perhaps the large price tag that Arsenal bought him for is putting him under undue pressure?
I think when you look at Ozil, coming from into a new system, halfway through the season, was probably difficult for him. The frequency of the Premiership is totally different to the Spanish League, and also so different to the German League. But one thing I know he has got, which is precious, is he's got the ability to control a game. He's got the skill factor. He's got the depth of playing ability. And he knows how football works. All he has to do is get used to the frequency of the Premiership and the quickness of the game. That it's continuously. It's almost, you can play anyone and it's continuous 90 minutes. There's no kind of let up. So I think he's got the capacity to do that. He's just got to get used to that. And yes, I think people are, not questioning, but just saying what I think the reason why people are talking, because they know he can do more. He's got the ability, he's got the depth. This is not. He's got another few gears to go through. So that's why people probably are a little bit kind of, questioning him, because they know he's got much more to give.
All right, and let's talk about another team, the champions, the Premier League champions, Manchester City. All eyes will be on them again. The pressure will be on them. Do you think they can retain the title? And if they do you think they should be considered the biggest club in Manchester?
Well, I'm not from Manchester, so I know the rivalry between the two clubs. These guys are very ambitious, and they're not going to stop. So as long as they're hanging around, Manchester will have to respond. And if they don't respond, it will start tipping the other way. It will naturally be a natural tipping if they don't get the players in. Because if they don't, Manchester City will just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. It's as if they want to eradicate Man United's history out of Manchester. So Man United will have to respond and respond quickly. And they've got a good manager now who will definitely steady the ship. Whether he will be able to take onto the new level, who knows? But he'll definitely very experienced. Fantastic manager, will definitely steady the ship and will obviously want to win as well. He's saying, it takes 2 years, blah, blah, blah. He'll want to do something in the first year. But if they don't, if Manchester United are not really quick off the mark and want to keep in the race, they can Manchester City will run away every year if they don't respond in buying players or keeping players or, they have to buy players for normal because Man City is slowly galloping in a way, so they better get on a horse and gallop with them, or and stay in the race.
And now moving on to another team, Chelsea. They certainly have a bit of a striking problem. They bought Costa, but Torres is not firing. Eto'o is gone. What about Lukaku? Do you see Lukaku fitting into the team, or will Mourinho ship him out on loan again?
I don't know why they don't bring him in. I think they will bring him in to say, look, give him they've got him as a player. I think they will bring him in just to give give Chelsea a different type of forward line. I think for the Premiership, he's played well. West Brom, Everton, done fantastic. Scores lots of goals. Very powerful guy. Good running with the ball. I mean, that's what Chelsea needs. He's not the complete player. He's not a jobber. But I think he'll need to come back to Chelsea to kind of, why do you want to keep him on loan for? It doesn't make sense anymore because he's had 2 years under his belt and he's looking strong. I've seen him for 2 years. He's looking really, very strong. I think I won't be surprised if they'll bring him in. I can't see him going on loan again. I just can't see it.
And now let's move on to the World Cup because it's the final this Monday morning in Singapore. It's Germany versus Argentina. Do you think these two teams are deserving of a place in the final based on what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I think with Argentina, they've been quite solid. As a team, they've been quite solid. It's been quite tight with the goals for them, but they've scored important goals. Messi's come in with some important goals. Higuain's, important goals. So I think, as a team, they're quite solid. With Germany, they've been quite free spirits, scoring lots of goals, but being solid as well. Very organised. They've realised their deficiencies and they've made sure they've covered all the bases, and they've worn teams down. They've worn countries down, but Argentina seems that they've got the mentality to absorb that. So it leaves a really good, interesting kind of scenario. If Messi comes with his A game, which everybody knows he's got, and really takes the game by the scruff of the neck, Argentina could win the World Cup. But if he doesn't turn up, the Germans will definitely steamroll and grind them down and get the win quite comfortably, if they're not ready.
Now, you've played in several important finals in your career. How does a player prepare themselves mentally, physically for such an event?
Depends where you are in your stage in your life. If you're a young player, you're probably up all night for my first final, But as you mature players who have been there before, I think it's just about keeping calm, realizing, all the training sessions you've done to get yourself there, and preparing yourself on the pitch and off the field, and also when you actually get there, not allowing the crowd to zap all the energy, not allowing the event to kind of absorb you completely. It's all about, yes, the crowd is there, but I'm here to do a job and I want to win tonight or win this afternoon or whatever. So it's all about enjoying the environment, but not allowing the environment and occasion to run away with you, and then you almost forget what you're there for, and being concentrated and enjoying it as well. Enjoy it. It's a final. Enjoy it.
And lastly, we can't let this go. Your predictions for the final, and how do you see the match playing out?
I think again, if Messi comes with a game, I think Argentina will win. But if he doesn't, and the Germans come with their system and everybody knows what they're doing, I think Germany will win comfortably.
So any scoreline?
I think Argentina could win 2-1, but then I can see Germany, if they can win 3-0.